records passing, happening so suddenly, you start looking at your classmates saying, I wish I would have said, I wish I would have done. And I thought it'd be fun to go back to the year 1964, to our high school years. They were so important. I have listed some classmates, but even though I might not have your names there, you influenced my life, whether you were in a classroom or a lab partner or a sport. So let's go back to 1964. I probably 1963, but less. And there was Joanne. Okay.
Yep, I got it right here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got them over there. And yours is right over there.
And there was a time when we got our first automobiles, but we always liked to explore together. And there was a group of us that went to the Big Boy, where he was a drive-in.
Oh, yeah.
And you talked to him, okay. Well, a group of us decided that we should go see what Lime City Cemetery, that cemetery that sits all invested with lime, and decided that we would go and explore that. But we're shouting back and forth through the cars, who's going, who's riding with who, and never thought about the policeman that could hear us. So we take off. I think we had 3 cars. We did 3.
I think I was in that group too.
Yeah.
I remember scattering from the cemetery at some point.
Yeah.
I have the car, Dan Hutchinson. Oh my God, I knew I was gonna die. I swore that we took Walbridge Road on 2 wheels. He was driving so fast. And so we all made it out. Well, we said, let's go ahead and explore first before we get out. And we are driving up the hill to the tombstones that are covered, and it is spooky at night. And then we go, we could see a building. Well, that was the common area where they had the buildings. And well, maybe we should get out and look there. No, let's not get out. But yeah, that was that Satanist. We didn't get out. We know where it's at. Let's do one for full circle. Okay, we creep past that, go down another road, and sitting right back on the top of the hill is a police car. Now, what did we think we were going to get out of there? There's only one road in, one road out. Even though we tried to get out, sitting at the opening was another policeman. Thank God we did not get out of our cars. But they took us to the police station. And we were interviewed till 4 a.m. in the morning, and then we're told, go home and tell your parents. So Sally didn't go because guess what? She had a date with Gary Blair.
Surprise, surprise.
Oh, who was the other one?
Yeah, I did. Kenny Letron and I.
Oh,
And Harry
okay.
and Sal.
Wow. So we're learning something
Yeah, I
new.
was with you, I remember it.
Yeah.
I do remember.
So I did have to tell my parents, and my mother was absolutely furious. Why did we even think that we could get around in a cemetery, blah, blah, blah. And my dad is laughing. Why are you laughing? Well, my great-grandmother was buried there. Yeah, and my dad the next day, he said, you didn't touch anything. He said, we had better look at your great-grandmother's grave. So he took me up there, and it was open during the day. But that made us be a little bit more cautious about different activities that we were going to be. But that was just one little event. And the day that our classmates, or really Sally, we were going to dress alike, and one teacher on the Lake High School staff, he could not tell us apart. And I sat like Gary Blair. Well, she wanted to sit like Gary Blair. So we went ahead, dressed like one day a month, I think, maybe 2. You remember our other twins in our class dressed every day like the Taylor twins? Except the last and so we did the switch between class, and I found him sitting at my desk, or her desk, and he comes in, and then and we start laughing. All right, what's going on here? What's going on? And we are, Sally and I are the only ones that aren't smiling and laughing. But it was just fun to be able to do crazy little things at Lake High School. And
You were never in on one of our jokes, were you?
I was. One joke.
Just
okay,
one?
all of you that were members in GAA, the Girls Athletic Association.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, you remember GA. And the biggie was at the boys' banquet. The Girls Athletic Association served the food. You remember that? The little black mini skirts and a white blouse and the top. And only Sally shows up in my clothes. Now, I have this rule, do not wear my clothes unless you pay me. Janet paid me 25 cents if she wanted to wear my blouse or pants. My mother hadn't known that we were exchanging money. So, she shows up in my clothes, I'm furious. Well, I handled that and I pushed her in the shower. Turned the shower off. Yeah. Turned the shower off. So, needless to say, my mother wasn't happy with trying to do that either. Our dress attire, of course, was the cute little mini skirts. You can wear leggings. Or where? No, the Girls Athletic Association.
This is Boy Lee that did that? It was?
Yes.
I always
Yeah,
had
we
the
had
charm
Mrs.
bracelet in Girls Athletic Association. You got a charm if you had it. And, you know, basketball, I still have mine, whether it was basketball or volleyball. You know, they had little charms that you added every year. I know it's in my universe, I don't know about breaking it. And you remember when McDonald's opened? Our very first McDonald's on Woodville Road. And it was also the time that we were put in the workforce because expensive shoes. So Sally and I was kind of creative wherever we went. That's what the Sally girls at the holiday. So, what was your first job? You want to share what your first job was?
Discolored on his face.
Yeah, birthmark. Birthmark, yeah. He was a good kid. He and I bugged him. He was 280 one time. He was driving that Studebaker.